Welcome back to my channel. I'm Shekinah, and this is Shekinah Shines, where through adversity, we still shine no matter what. I'm back after, I don't know how long I've been gone, but I don't think it's been a month, so I'm doing better with my breaks. But I just celebrated my 27th birthday, and yes, this video is a little bit different, but we're still looking at and talking about some things from my perspective. These next few videos will be a little different because I'm going to focus on my art journey that I've been on this whole year basically, and some things that I've learned just within the art community, and yeah, the whole reason on why I create. So let's get into it. If you got some free time, definitely go back and watch some of my older videos. They are all from this year, so I feel like it'll give you a good point of view on where I come from as an artist, even if you don't really get my personality or understand why I care so much about dumb topics like pretty privilege and I don't know, all these isms and stuff. But yeah, go check that out. It will all kind of connect in a way. So I want to do a little disclaimer. I've never been to art school. I don't even want to go down that road. I don't have an art background. I feel like if you're an artist, you're an artist. Most artists come from a place where they had to create something new or different to see something beautiful that they felt like was beautiful. So that's kind of where I'm coming from. Before I get too deep, so let's say 10 years ago, I wanted to be a hairstylist, but then I was really into psychology, so I was conflicted between going to hair school or maybe I should go to college, become a counselor, blah, blah, blah. I decided to go to college. I ended up dropping out, immediately rolling into cosmetology school. And then after that, things were decent. And then life happened. I broke my hip. I had to go through some adult midlife crisis things. Start going to therapy. Blase, blase, blase. So, yeah. Got back into doing hair. Then I was like, let me get a regular job. So I worked in corporate. Then I worked in some warehouse jobs. Got back into corporate. Then I got back into retail, as I only kind of experimented with retail around the time I was in hair school. But yeah, so this year I was like, F it. I'm not caring about getting a super important fancy job. I'm just gonna maybe work a part-time job here and there, and I'm going to start working on my art. Then I realized I had a lot of time, and so all these crazy ideas I had that were kind of big, they weren't so big. So I had this series idea for paintings. I already created it, the Shaytown series, and basically I created a town or a universe that is based off of myself because my nickname is Shay. And I don't know, I created a whole bunch of urban landscape type of pieces, along with just like some pieces where the subject was a dark-skinned woman, and I guess variations of it. So one where she's more like ethereal, one where she's literally wearing like jeans, you know. I don't know. This was just a random fun thing I decided to do. And then I was like, okay, I had like 10 paintings, then I had like 20 paintings. And then I was like, oh, wow, this is cool. Maybe I should do like a little gallery. Then I was like, I don't know that many people. Then I just started sending my ideas, or like the idea of the series, to different festivals and trying to get like a residency, that type of thing. So I ended up not doing the big festival because before the festival I had a like small local event, I'll call it. Well, it was in my hometown, and it was a small, like, it was a Juneteenth event, and yeah, there was a lot of different booths. People had small businesses selling candles, jewelry, body care products. So I sold some prints, and then I had my large canvases for sale. But the experience was pretty good. I didn't make a lot of money. And I actually ended up spending a little money to get down there and, you know, for the prints and stuff. I saved some in a way because I printed from home, but that's a whole nother thing. The small gallery that I chose to do, it was, I don't know, it was humbling, and it was like kind of like this fulfilling energy that I needed to keep going and keep being an artist. I felt like it was well received. The different interactions I had with other artists, it was just worth it. I'll say that, it was worth it. And when I thought about that, and I thought about maybe this festival that will have 5 times the amount of people, but they may not even like speak. And the percentage of those people that do speak, if they, the chances of them buying, and yeah, I already would be investing a lot if I chose to do that. So I don't know, I had to charge it to the game. I'll just put it like that. You know, I can, I don't know, say it in many different ways and be super politically correct and everything with what happened. But no, as an artist, I had to charge the game because I knew that even though I was very proud of this series, I knew that I was going to continue to paint, continue to create, and, you know, willing to like keep wanting to like share it with people. So it wasn't going to be my only opportunity to do a festival. And the next time that I get invited to be a part of a festival, I'm going to be more established as a small business, as an artist. I at least will be like, okay, if I don't sell this, I know I'm gonna sell this. If I, you know, can't make this amount, I know I'll at least make this amount. And when you're like super, super fresh in the game, people don't like tell you about that. And you end up like really disappointed early because you feel like there's people who can just go to a festival, set up their booth, and then they just sell out and they make a whole bunch of money, and they can go to an event every weekend and do that, when really that's not the reality for most small businesses. Like, you have to know where you are, know the audience, know what you want from like that experience as an artist. So I don't know, that's my 2 cents on that. Um, but yeah, I got another part-time job after that, and then um, some things had happened like in my personal life where I had to come like quit my job and be at home with my husband for a while, or be at home like while he worked or whatever. I don't know, but I took a couple months off from painting. Occasionally, I would go in and I would paint over a painting that I did, or just touch it up. It's kind of like what you see me doing. That's like a painting probably from earlier this year, and it had a lot of negative space, like all that white space in the background. But I purposely made the painting that way because I was just experimenting with a different like method style of painting. So yeah, I kind of just been dibbling and dabbling with that, and then now I was like talking to my husband about this the other day, and he was like, like we should go get you some more canvases. And then I was looking at Michael's online, and they had a sale, and I was like, Michael's or Hobby Lobby, and I was like, let me chill. So I just went and got me a 3-pack of canvases at Michael's. But I feel like sometimes you gotta start back from the beginning, because I feel some of my most favorite paintings are the paintings that are like 16 by 20, 18 by 24, versus like these 30 by 40, 28 by 36 size canvases. I don't know if anybody else relates to this, like with acrylic painting. I feel like I can do more details on a smaller canvas than on a bigger canvas. Maybe because it's just bigger, but I feel like on a bigger canvas, sometimes I'm working on it. Like I will cut corners and I will just try to put a big ass subject on it, and so that I don't have to like worry about a whole bunch of negative space and too many details. But I actually generally kind of enjoy busy paintings with depth and perspective. So, but it's okay if you have to take a step back, take a short hiatus or break from your creativity. The reason why you may create something, like your purpose for creating something, and who you create it for, it should be two different things. Creating art for yourself is extremely important. Having a purpose for why you make it is extremely important. But it doesn't have to all line up for a specific agenda or whatever. So sometimes you have to take a step back and experiment with something else that you're not good at, that you may not usually feel comfortable sharing or just like diving into. But that's the fun thing about art, is that you try stuff, you learn, you get a feel for what you're able to do and what you enjoy doing. I love sewing and trying to make cloth dolls, but I can only make a straight stitch with a sewing needle. But still, I keep trying, I keep making what I can make. And yeah, the reason why I make it is not for it to really be pretty, but if it turns out cute, that's even better. I remember like a couple of years ago, I tried to make my first like rag doll, and yeah, it was so scary looking. Like I couldn't even like look at it. I had to put it up in the closet. And then recently I decided to take it apart, refurbish it, and make it into some smaller other separate dolls. But I love I don't know, Mattel, Barbie, Bratz, all types of like actual dolls. And I love like toys and stuff like that, the whole just universe of it. But I'm not able to make a Barbie doll. And I accepted that. And even though I'm not able to make a Barbie doll, doesn't mean I can't experiment with making miniature items or miniature sets, cloth dolls, stick dolls, wire dolls, paper dolls, whatever the case. You know, I'm doing it to just get a feel for it. Speaking of paper dolls, let me pull out my paper dolls. Because now I'm kind of having a new idea for it. Anywho, you realize there's so many things that can be made with your hands. And then these debates about digital art versus real art, AI art versus real art versus digital art. It's like all these things are its separate thing, but that's the whole point of art. Is it's a whole universe. There's so many different paths that you can take when it comes to how you want to be known, how you want the art to represent you, or whatever. There's no, like, I don't know, there's no specific agenda that you need to follow to make it appeal to a certain audience. You can just create because you like how you feel when you see a certain piece. We should be creating things that you want to engage in. Oh, I just want to pick this up. I just want to jump in the painting. I just want to stay here. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Making paintings just for that purpose. I don't think that paintings have to be sad. And also, just because it's not a sad painting doesn't mean it doesn't come from a deep place. And yeah. Once you start painting from a place where you're just making this because you want to make this, then you stop trying to imitate all these other artists that made it before you. Because we have to understand things that were popular decades, centuries ago may not be popular today. And it's not supposed to. Times change. And it's better to get inspiration from those pieces instead of imitating those pieces. Unless that's just your style and that's what you choose to create or trace, whatever, no shade. I just say trying to make a whole career off of someone else's career. I don't know. Is it really a career? Or are you just profiting from someone else's work? Are we repeating the same toxic cycles in the art world that we are so like against, that we preach against, that we are tired, we need to do better than? I don't think people realize what they're actually doing when they do it that way. I don't know. The thing is, though, the artists that I see imitate the old artists so bad, and y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about any specific artist on here, but I'm talking about the late great John Michael Basquiat. I can't really say his last name correctly. I don't know. But I see so many imitators of his work, and he has great work. He had a phenomenal art career. However, it was short lived and overshadowed by so many other people that were just wanting him to throw his life away while they profited off of his work. So when y'all make the same style of work and then the lines are so crisp, they're so clean, there's no like even like mistakes in it, that not only shows me that you have it in you to create something original, but it shows me that also that you are just kind of like too anxious to get to the art bag, and that's a problem. Like when you're too anxious to get to the art bag, then you're just gonna create whatever is popular in the moment and try to flip it for profit. And if it's something original that you created, flip it as much and as high as you want to get a profit. But when it's not original, it's like, I don't know, why are you here? Why are you here? Where are the artists? But last thing that I want to get off my chest is about the zine community, because I understand it takes a lot of time to make zines, and whether you're trying to make a full-on magazine with Polaroid images in it that you set up a photo shoot for and you took the pictures and you want to make a whole series of, you can do that. That's cool. That is another art style that I was very obsessed with, that I kind of still want to like dabble into because I think they're so cool and unique. But I do want to say there are people that's coming into the zine community, and y'all see that people have spent a lot of time on these little magazines, and it's completely legal to create and sell personally among your community or whatever. Let people make their little $5 per zine. Let people make, if they want to charge $20 per zine, let people do that. But the other day I seen someone have like a long table and it had a whole bunch of zines on it, but probably like 5 different ones, and they were like different colors. So they say anyways that all the zines were for free, and they're like, I would never charge for a zine. And I don't know, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because it was almost like, how privileged do you got to be to mass print some zines, put it all on the table, and be like, these are free, while there's possibly other people in the area that barely had enough money to mass print their zines, or usually it's not mass printed, it's like mass created. Like you try to make it all by hand, and if you make 10 of them, 20 of them, it takes hours. So if someone wants to sell them, if that's their way of connecting with an audience, let them do that. To me, it's messing up the game. You're coming in and you're saying the art is free. What about all the artists that have been trying to break the status quo and maybe become rich off of this thing that doesn't even make money for real? So to come in and be like, it's free, it's like, who are you and who invited you? I'm going to end this video with showing you this Polaroid picture of one of my paintings from the Shaytown series. And this is an old zine from an old concept newspaper style, but I thought this was like the coolest thing. So many people in my family have this in their bathroom, so I feel like a mini celebrity. But yeah, let me know your controversial art takes in the comments. Until next time, shine no matter what. Duh.